Hello everyone, it's OneSfish18 and welcome to the channel update of April 2026. Now let's discuss the elephant in the room. I've gotten myself a new mic and basically, long story short, I was really trying to get a new mic because my old headset it wasn't working all too well despite having it for the past 5 years, and many of the entanglements and all that debacle really is pretty much it was just dying gradually. So I basically decided to get a new microphone. I also had a headset, just like a Razer headset, as backup, and I'm pretty glad I did that. New mic, right? It has a pop filter as well too. Well, you can hear the sound of my voice. It's pretty much far away, but if I'm up and close and personal like this, you'll definitely hear just about everything in pretty much in a clear sense. So yeah, that's pretty much why I haven't uploaded content for the majority of days, or like a few weeks. But I have uploaded YouTube Shorts here and there, and they've been doing pretty well. So I appreciate y'all for watching those for sure. All right, on to the next topic. That being in real life stuff, IRL. So I discussed a couple months ago that I've been dealing with these financial issues, right? And really, it's almost getting to the point where I would almost have to be in debt in a weekly basis. Crazy enough, but honestly, like, I looked at it at a different perspective when I've gone to like a different job and it wasn't working out. I've seen the opportunity of myself just thinking to myself, I'm just sitting, I'm just sitting in my room. I may be sitting in my room, almost like a turtle, and eventually deteriorate my body. So yeah, that's why I've been working out daily. Get like a break in there, like 6 or 7 days in the gym, and honestly, it's been a great healthy lifestyle. I won't lie. I've definitely been losing a lot of weight, especially in the cardio sense. So that's definitely a big plus. So I'm really grateful for that, for sure. I'm using it as a habit, so then I can I can take advantage of this and make it a consistent thing. And it'll make you live longer than the majority of the average human being, to say the least. But yeah, pretty much I'm doing pretty well for the most part. I'm just hanging in there, spending less, and yeah, I'm just gonna keep on grinding. I'm just gonna keep on having that determination strong, for sure. And I really do appreciate those who've been supporting me, especially in real life, because it's a hard world out there, man. Like it's not easy, especially in this day and age. I feel bad for those of Gen Z. They have to go for all this ridiculous stuff going on, for sure. But yeah, I'll just say, just keep your head strong and, just keep on moving forward. And if you need help, don't hesitate to ask. Alright, now, for the gaming section, let me say this, right? Okay, so, of this recording, right? I'm recording this on March 31st, right? And there's an SO2 tournament, a Super Smash Bros. 2 tournament. That's going to be on April 1st, right? So, let's just say that I want to make this like my last hurrah of sorts, competitively. I would say competitively as someone who used to play tourneys, but I say this because I want to move on to other things other than Smash Bros. 2. Because let's be real, if you don't have a large fan base, such as others out there, maybe like someone such as Bowler, shout out to Bowler, and everyone else, you see, it's not really gonna get you far, right? It's obvious that the game it is niche, when you're mostly streaming it to a live audience, well, I would say back in the day you would get around like a few amount of people who follow and watch your content, and that's a blessing. Because of that, I've gained a Twitch affiliate on the site, and it's really not easy, to let the game fall, especially of this day. So really, what you want to do, experience wise, try other content out there. Because there was a point in time where I played a game called Dungeon Fighter Online, and the highest amount of viewers I've gotten was 34 viewers average, and that was crazy. It was 34 because someone rated me, with the viewers. So I do appreciate that. But yeah, like, it doesn't hurt to try other things, really. Because I pretty much said everything, whether like the love or hate, especially for SF2 Online, right? That's like a love and hate story, a very bad love relationship, or a divorce of sorts. So yeah, I'm just like, I'm gonna give it my all, right? I don't even give a shit if I were to practice or not, especially like the practice in the background, because really I've changed the habits when it comes to playing online mode for SF2. And I mean, I would say this, like, if you think that's weird, honestly, I do not care, because I'm taking this from a different perspective, from the game that it's not the game, it's just the online mode that had almost made me quit the game in general. And I only say that if it were me to quit in bad terms, which is obviously something that I don't want. So I want to make sure I give it my all, and I'll just try other things out there for gaming. So I will be streaming. I will be streaming my matches. So come over and cheer your boy on. I'll be streaming on both YouTube and Twitch for that. So honestly, any support will be greatly appreciated. And that's about it, really. Once again, long story short, just dealing with some in real life issues. Got a new mic, just to gain new, just to make new content, and the Super Smash Flash 2 competitive tournament that's coming up. I'm definitely going to try to give it my all, I guess. But yeah, with that said, I will see you all next time. Have a wonderful day, and remember, happy smashing!